Are you tired and feeling overwhelmed of your to-do list and all the things that you feel like you have to accomplish in a week? And it feels like you're running, but you're not getting what you need to done. The reason why I asked this is because I felt the exact same way when I started my Etsy business. I was looking at all of these other business opportunities, and I just remember thinking, what should I focus on? What is worth my time? And how do I even execute every day to do the thing when I'm so distracted by almost the shiny object syndrome? And ultimately, I decided to focus on my Etsy and print-on-demand business model that ended up earning me over 450K in revenue, which was well over 6 figures of gross profit. It led me to quit my 9 to 5. In the midst of all of that, I was working a job in healthcare, which had rotating shift work hours. I worked on call hours. I worked 12 to 16 to even 18-hour days. So today I'm sharing 5 different proven hacks and habits that I have set in place in my life that I hope can help those of you watching in time management and focusing and getting the things that you need done as fast as humanly possible. Now, the first thing that I really want to address before we get into this video is the basic formula that I have found that is consistent through my time and being successful with Etsy and print on demand, which is time plus a small consistent effort or action equals compounding large results. Now, this is something that I attribute to finding in the book The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I highly recommend reading this book because it is so true that small little actions on a daily basis or even a weekly basis can compound into a large result. And sometimes that result could be negative, but it could also flip the other way and be very positively impacting your life and existence that you know today. So this is one concept I want you to think about. I am not by any means saying cram every single thing in your to-do list and do it in this moment. I'm just giving some helpful tips and tricks and knowledge that I have found in my time and experience on Etsy and building a multiple 6-figure business that I hope that you can take a page from my book today after watching this video. So the first hack that I have found is the Pomodoro technique. Before you may feel like, oh, I need to set a few hours aside every single day and I'm just going to work consistently for the next few hours, I'm going to get all of this stuff done. I just want you to pause and hear me out on the Pomodoro technique, because this almost is suggesting a little bit of the opposite, and it's to basically not work consistently for a few hours, but instead give yourself some grace and some breaks in between. So what the Pomodoro technique is, it is a technique where you will take intermittent breaks between your schedule of working. So one example that a lot of people do with the Pomodoro technique is they work 25 minutes completely hyper-focused on one task. Usually you will set a timer or alarm on your phone, 25 minutes, you start. Once that timer goes off, you stop that task and you give your brain some relaxed time. Usually this is 15 to 30 minutes. Some people go up to 45 minutes. I know a lot of people might be thinking, okay, well, that sounds really counterintuitive to give myself more of a break than what I'm doing as far as working on my business. If I'm focused on a task, why would I stop and take a break? A study conducted by the University of Illinois found that the frequent short breaks during tasks help maintain a constant level of performance and prevent fatigue. Now, has anyone heard of burnout? This is something I've experienced multiple times throughout my entrepreneurship journey. In fact, it's gotten to the point that I have sought medical help in my journey, and I've had sleeping difficulties and other problems. And I know I've been very open and transparent on my YouTube channel about my mental health struggles. I have been clinically diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and also insomnia. So I want to say that burnout is very much real. Fatigue is real. After pausing to talk about not suffering from burnout, I do want to say that the Pomodoro technique, you can tweak and edit to what makes sense for you, but please, if you're watching this video, give yourself a 15-minute break at the very least. For me personally, I generally work about 45 to 60 minutes on, then I give myself a 15 to 30-minute break, then I work again 45 to 60 minutes on, then a 15 to 30-minute break. But I know people who have been very very successful with the 25-minute and 30-minute break, and they get that one task done so much quicker by them giving themselves such a large break. So I really want you to at least test out the Pomodoro technique and just use a timer or alarm system on your phone. The second hack that I am recommending and habit that I would 100% stand by and get yourself into the system of is time auditing and time tracking yourself. I know for me personally, when I heard of this the first time, I was like, why am I going to time audit and time track myself? Considering that legitimately it feels like a 9 to 5. Again, I'm clocking in and then I'm clocking out. Now, here is the reason why time auditing is so important, especially as you scale your business and you find that you have a very profitable business. One reason time auditing is really great is because it shows if you need to hire someone else. So if you need a VA to help with customer service or email management or maybe social media management, this is a time that time auditing can come into play because you know how many hours you're working on your social media or your email or your customer service per day, and you can track that and have a rough estimate on how many hours you need to hire out that help. Now, the second way is if you are a solopreneur, and I classify myself as a solopreneur in my Etsy business, I time audit myself still because I want to know how long I am working on listings and if I can improve that workflow. So if I see that I'm working on a listing and maybe I did 10 listings in 4 hours one day, sometimes I look into that day and I say, did I use the Pomodoro technique? Was I actually working during those 4 hours? These are questions you should ask yourself. So when you're time auditing, I did want to share with you one software and Google Chrome extension I have been using recently that has made time auditing so easy and efficient. That app is called Toggle. As you can see, you can just clock in basically or start your task, and you can also separate your task as you go about your day as well. And there is also a phone app in which you can log in and start a task for the day. I'm going to pull it up on my phone here. So it's Toggle Track. So this is how the app looks. Of course, right now I'm talking about time auditing and I haven't audited for today. So when you're using the app, you can add in I'm working on. So I will put filming and then we can hit save. And then you will see it's in a red circle, and that's just showing that I'm currently working and time tracking that I'm filming right now, which I should have done in the beginning, which I have been filming for the past hour and a half now. So shame on me for not time auditing myself. But outside of that, hopefully that little tip and software helps those of you as well. I will link it in the description below. We are still talking about time in this third hack, which is just time blocking your days and scheduling your time blocks the day before or the week before. Now, this is something that I started practicing 2 years ago when I started my Etsy business and I was working full-time in healthcare. That improved my daily needle moving tasks so much so that I could not turn back from using the time blocking method. Now, you can time block on something as simple as Google Calendar. So let's say you work 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day at your office job. Then from maybe 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., you're winding down, you're taking that break for yourself after work, and maybe you watch TV or something. That's completely okay. So maybe time block 4 to 5 p.m. to rest, relax, recover from the workday. 5 to 5:30, you're eating dinner, and then maybe you have another half an hour. Then at 6 p.m., you decide to start working. So 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., you're doing your Etsy listings or you're working on your business or customer service. This is basically the time blocking that is establishing when you are not working and when you are working. It's really important here to also schedule in breaks. This is something that I really want to talk about. It's very easy to compound your daily work schedule, especially when you're working for your own business. It's like, I need to work, work, work. But again, I want to also give you sustainable habits in your business. And by sustainable, I'm talking about time blocking for also your personal life. Do you have time for your significant other, your kids? Time block that into your schedule as well. So the fourth hack is to set alarms and timers. Now, I know most of this video, I'm just talking about time, and maybe you feel like you have no time, but hopefully this buys back some time by me giving all of these time tips. And that fourth tip really comes down to alarms. Now, if you have your days time blocked, sometimes it's good to have a timer that says, hey, you are off of work, stop working. It's going to increase your daily satisfaction by you keeping a clear boundary with yourself on when you stop working as well. This is something that I had to realize when I first started my business, is that I could work 24 hours of the day, meaning that I could clock into my job basically at 1 a.m. in the morning and look at customer service questions. And that was something that started to bleed into my daily life, where I was always stressed because I thought I might get an email at this time or I might get a message at this time. So I constantly have to check my Etsy business. And I just want to say, please use the auto reply feature on your off hours for your business. So the fifth habit and hack that I wanted to share is changing your environment dependent on your ability to change your environment. So if you work from home and you work in your office or you work in your bedroom, you really can't make that shift from your office to your bedroom. So I understand some people can't really make that shift, but if you do have the ability to do that, for example, the area behind this camera is my office. I do not sit in this chair. I do not do personal things when I'm sitting in this chair. This is my office. This is my workspace. This is when I work. Now, when I'm relaxing, I take my laptop, I go to the bedroom, and I know that's not good on my back, or I go on the couch when I'm relaxing, because that's my relaxed areas and my relaxing environment and self-care environment. Now, this is basically something, again, some people cannot afford. Some people live in studio apartments that are just one room. So there are some components of this that you just can't do, but I will suggest as well is in a change in your environment, maybe going to a coffee shop or going outdoors somewhere, maybe a park bench or a park. Given Wi-Fi might not be good at a park bench, but if you went to a coffee shop, again, this can boost your productivity because it's not in that relaxed area of your home. Your environment really can change how productive you are and efficient. So guys, that's it for this video. I know this is a little bit different than things I have made on this channel in the past. I just feel like for someone who has suffered from burnout, I really want to talk about productivity more on this channel and habits that you can set in place in your businesses and lives that are going to create life satisfaction as much as maybe success in your business and entrepreneurship journeys. Besides that, I have so many more videos to help in your Etsy businesses and just general business help. That's kind of what I'm trying to do as I go forward, is not just talk about Etsy, but also business in total. I think that at this stage, I've had a lot of people commenting about my productivity and focus and how I stay focused. And this video is really the culmination of the 5 hacks and habits I've found through my time and what's really helped me with burnout and just getting stuff done that I procrastinate basically. So without further ado, don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos on this channel. Also, stick around for that blooper reel because one is on its way, and I'll see you guys in the next video here. Large compounding results. And I'm going to repeat that. I don't know if that's going to focus. Come on, focus. So anyways, oh my gosh, I'm slipping from my chair. We'll do conclusion. That's it.